shooting tripods, in particular the Sunwayfoto TS2830CS tripod that I mainly shoot off. As you can see from the front of the video, I've done a fair chunk of shooting off the old tripods. So I just want to run you through a couple of the key features for this model and take you through some of my thoughts around shooting off the tripod. First of all, it's got a ball head system on here like this. You have a clamp on the side which allows you to create friction here. I generally don't do it up tight, so I can just move the rifle slightly and just hold a little bit of pressure on there. On the top here we have a clamping system that can take either Picatinny rail down the middle here or arc up the top. I'll show you how that works in a sec. Moving down, we've got the legs. Now these stretch out standard configuration like so, and they got a few, that little clip comes out like that, few angles, well, three actually, flat out like that. Like so. And as we drop it down a notch, position 2, that angle there, and then finally the last position, like so. The legs have these twist locks on them. Simple, just quick turn like this, extend the carbon fibre legs out like that, lock them off like so. Easy to slot straight back in. I used to be a clamp and clip man, but these are absolutely awesome. Easier on your hands, quicker to deploy. The Sunways actually come with rubber feet and additional spikes. I don't even bother with the rubber feet. Spikes all day long for the terrain I normally hunt in. The way I set it up is I will always run my front leg. I've actually color coded this one here. Dark green on the front, what looks to be khaki brown on the back, but I will always face my front leg out towards the target with my two side legs to the rear, and that's just a recoil management thing whereby the rifle can recoil backwards like this and pivot off these two back legs and give me balance. If I had flicked it around, what happens is when it recoils and it comes back, it has a bit of a pivot point there. So my preference is to have the front leg facing forward with my two back legs out to the sides. So we'll set this up, and I'll chuck a couple of the rifles on that have got both pick and arc rail setups on the top. So that's our Picatinny rail on my 300 Wisdom. We just simply drop her into the cradle like so. Locks in nicely. Here's the locking clamp here. There's a little tension adjuster on the other side, you can just tweak it up. And here is the ball head tension controller right here. Cruiser light, that's your range of movement through there. You can adjust that to get greater angle if you use the legs up and down. Here on my T1X22, I've got a arc rail on the bottom of here, and that just slots straight onto air like so. Same clamping system, blah blah blah, too easy lemon squeezy. So with the rifle in the tripod, now it's trying to understand how this whole recoil thing works. But I mean, fundamentally your biggest challenge with tripods, other than setting your body up, is how you manage to recoil off it. And like I said to you before, having that front leg up there and the two legs spread to the wide allows it to pivot like this and come back. You're never going to fight recoil, you just got to work with it. So if I'd had it flipped around, you're going to get this sort of singular pivot point like this, which can throw you off during your recoil management. When I'm out shooting rabbits in the standing position, I would normally have this running fairly soft on here so I can manipulate and work the angles. I've really only taken most of my shots out rabbit shooting in the standing position, because that's just sort of how you sort of hunt when you're out shooting rabbits in tall grass. Shooting from other positions, my probably two predominant positions shooting positions I adopt, particularly with the big rifle, is generally kneeling or sitting supported, or in a line configuration, which you may have seen in a couple of my videos. Generally I try and get as much body weight behind the rifle. I'm not that keen on shooting the big gun from the standing position if I have to, just with that whole recoil. It's just I'd rather not. So you may have noticed that I've got this little prusik loop here, and on my other videos I have actually secured a webbing strap to it, secured it back this way to a stump, which has given me more stability when shooting. But the fundamentals of shooting off a tripod is once you've chosen your position, it really is just comes down to recoil management, the type of rifle you're shooting and the distance you're shooting as well. Sunwayfoto also have another tripod. This is the 3240 CS. It's pretty much just on steroids, a lot bigger, and it can accommodate heavier payloads on the top. Exactly the same system up here. So there we have it, my two Sunwayfoto shooting tripods. My big boy, which is the 3240, tipping the scales at about 1.8 kg, so a tad heavy to be dragging in the hills. But my 2830 CS, 1.3 kgs, this is my main shooting tripod that I take into the hills. Pretty much don't leave home without it when I'm going hunting. If you are keen on either of these models, jump onto the Night Vision NZ website and go check them out.